You see, I tried to tell y'all ass it was controlling her. Well, at the very least, using her to spy on the kids. Because every time her flip-flopping ass is talking to Lily or the kids or just trying to get information to what's going on, you always see this glare in her glasses. And I said that just from a technical standpoint, I don't see nobody on set letting this slip through the cracks like that, because that would be considered bad lighting if it's not done intentionally. But episode 4 of Welcome to Derry has to be one of my favorite episodes so far, so let's talk about it. So in this episode, we got a bit of a backstory of what it is and where it came from, as well as its relationship with the Native Americans. We understand that lived in harmony with the monster by staying out of its reach, but that all changed once the Europeans came and fucked it all up. Because they didn't heed the Native Americans' warning, it began to unalive all of them and began to get more powerful, therefore expanding its reach. So then the Native Americans went back to its crash landing site to pick up the stones that was used to contain it and then set up a perimeter around its territory, so therefore it can never expand no matter how many people and kids it unalive. And since we are talking about the Native Americans, can we talk about how Dick Halloran went full Charles Xavier aka Professor X on Tanya ass? I was like, that's Gene in them. And that's what Tanya get for spitting in his face, because that was so uncalled for. Then when he froze his auntie and came up behind her, I was like, oh, stop playing with him. And I thought it was it coming in his mind, but it was Halloran. I was like, yo, he definitely impressed me this episode. And I kind of figured that he was messing around with a white woman, a married white woman at that, because what other reason why you wouldn't tell where you was at the night of the incident? But I think he's sleeping with the sheriff's wife. I like the fact that Leroy is taking his son serious, even though he don't quite understand what's going on, but he is willing to get down to the bottom of whatever is happening in Derry. And he's not following the whole stereotypical horror movie trope of the kids telling their parents what's going on. They seeing things and their parents don't believe them until it's too late. So I'm glad he's taking the initiative. But overall, this episode, 10 out of 10, definitely recommend. But let me know down in the comments how y'all felt about everything that happened in this episode and what are your predictions for the next. And Pennywise is definitely coming the next episode.